Today on Cellie Talks, we're going to cover something that happens to a lot of people when they start out in their network marketing business. It's very, very common. People get kind of stuck in this syndrome. We're going to talk about the syndrome itself, and then we're going to talk about how you cannot be one of those people. That's coming up. So I do a training or a talk that I call Stuck in a State of Starting. And I think I'm going to change the name of that because it's a little on the negative slant and I want to put the focus on the positive. But it is a syndrome that happens to people when they join their new network marketing business. You know, they start out, they're excited. They were obviously excited because they spent the money to join a new business. And they were excited about the possibilities that come with that business. And it doesn't matter what the business is, whether you sell supplements or training or laundry balls or legal services, doesn't really matter. But then what happens to the average person when they start this business? They start thinking about the people that they want to talk to about their new business, about this business that they're so excited about, and then they start to get a little crippled mentally. They get in analysis paralysis. And it goes like this. It all stems from their ego. You know, I always tell people ego stands for edging God out. I'll take my arms off this table so the phone doesn't rattle. Ego stands for edging God out. And the reason for that is because when we get involved in our ego, when our ego is fragile, and all of us have somewhat fragile egos, all of us want to protect our ego a little bit when we can. Well, when we're focused on our ego, then it really becomes all about us and it stops becoming about people. It stops becoming about God's call in our life, and it starts becoming about us and our desire to protect ourselves from looking stupid or looking like we're not an expert or being in an uncomfortable situation. So being stuck in a state of starting is simply that people start in their new network marketing business, but they're afraid to really talk to anyone about it yet because they don't feel like they're an expert. They're afraid that they're going to showcase their business to someone and that person's going to ask them a question that they're not going to know the answer to, and then what'll happen? You know, they're just worried about that. It's like a fear of man. It's like a fear of looking stupid or foolish. And because of this fear, which is ego-based, they say, well, you know, I'm studying the brochures, I'm learning about what the product does to the physiology, I'm doing all of these things because I want to be an expert. Well, how many people know that you do not need to be an expert to take wild action and start bringing people into your business? That's what videos are for. That's what sponsors are for. That's what all of the material that you get when you join a new venture is for. So the people that get stuck in a state of starting, I call it a syndrome, because after a week or two or three, it just becomes their story. They've actually stopped studying all of the stuff. Or if they are studying, they're barely making time for it. It's gotten lower on their priority, and they've gotten caught back up with life. They've gotten caught back up with the status quo, the daily routine, commuting to their job, whatever it is that they do. And they start getting disconnected from all the reasons that they started their business in the first place. You know, all of us want to make a better way in our life. All of us want residual income. All of us want time freedom. All of us want options and choices. And when you start in your business, that's the exciting thing, right? You're like, oh man, I'm so excited about this product. I think it's the best product on planet Earth. I'm so excited to make money. I think the compensation plan is amazing. Well, that's where you need to live on a daily basis. You need to stay in that passion. You need to stay in that zone. I call it being in the state of flow. You want to stay in the state of flow. You know, your mind can be changed, right? You know, emotions are fleeting. They're not static. If you feel down today, just wait till tomorrow. You'll be up again, or the next day, or in an hour from now. So realizing that you actually have the ability to change your state means that you can stay in the state of flow by feeding your mind positive things, by by listening to people that inspire you, by hanging around with people that inspire you, by doing the things that inspire you. You know, like it's wintertime. Even though today is a gorgeous warm day, it's 51 degrees out, and I said, man, oh man, in the middle of February, I'm going to take advantage of a 51 degree day and go for a walk. And I'll do my Cellie Talks from the park. So here I am in the middle of the urban jungle, right? There's concrete all around me, but they've got this little park here by the convention center, and it's about a third of a mile from my house. So when I do my loop, it's one of my last stops. I come here and I do a Cellie talk, and it's just one of the things that I'm doing for my own personal development, to stay charged, to stay motivated, and not to be stuck in a state of starting. Look, if you're in a network marketing business, you've got to take massive action every single day. You have to execute on your highest level. You've got to move mountains, and you don't have to know everything about the product. You don't have to know everything about the compensation plan. It's okay if people ask you questions that you don't know the answers to. Not everybody is an authority on the subject of network marketing. Not everybody, even the top producers in your company, do not have all the answers. They're just people that took massive action. And look, you just got to get 2,000 people to an effective presentation. That's your job. Become a professional inviter. Don't become an expert on the product. That's going to come anyway. I'm not saying, let me rephrase it because I don't want to get any haters. Sure, it really is valuable to know all about your product. And you do want to learn all about your product. But you don't need to know all about your product to get momentum in your new venture, to get momentum in your new business. The product knowledge is going to come just from you walking the walk over time as you're brooding on your business and you're thinking about your business and you're meeting other people in your business and you're doing webinars and you're doing conference calls or whatever you're doing. You're going to come into a better understanding of the product, and you can study at your leisure on the physiology and what the science says and all that stuff. But don't be stuck in a state of starting. Don't be one of these people that's afraid to take action because you feel like you need to be an expert. Man, if entrepreneurism waited for people to be experts, nothing would get done. I recommend biting off a little more than you can chew in all endeavors in life. When I was a musician, I used to, pursue getting in scenarios where I was with musicians that intimidated me. Guys that were so good that I was almost nervous to play with them, and it caused me to raise my game. So when it comes to network marketing, don't be stuck in this state of starting. Don't be stuck in analysis paralysis. Just go out there and pique interest like a big dog. You've just got to expose it to as many people as possible. Just invite them to a webinar. Invite them to your capture page. Use social media. Use solo ads. Use traffic campaigns. Pick up the phone and call your warm market, and just get people. The only thing that you need to do is close somebody on the idea of watching an effective presentation. And then let the presentation weed out the looky-loos, and let the presentation weed out the people that aren't serious, and then only speak to people that are listening. Only speak to people that have questions about the product or about the business or about everything. And the other thing that I want to say, you do not have to be making rock star income in order to feel validated that you have something good to give. It's okay that you haven't made $100,000 in your network marketing company yet. And those people that say, well, when you make a whole lot of money, then come back, and forget those people. Those people are going to be, they're watching their life, opportunities are passing those people by every single day. That mentality that, well, when you make a pile, then and you have something to show me, then come on back and I might be interested. Yeah, great, mister. Go back to your day job. Go back to your life of mediocrity. Go back to having your boss tell you when you can take a vacation. Go back to having your boss tell you how long you can take a break for lunch. Come on, people. You want to speak to entrepreneur-minded people. I was at a network marketing convention in 2008, and the top producer in that company had only been at it 6 months. And prior to becoming the top producer in a 7 or 8 year old company at the time, right? The company had been around a while. It wasn't totally new. And they had some established leaders, and they've been doing this a while, right? This top producer, what he did before he became the top producer in this network marketing company, he served ice cream at Disneyland in California. He was a Chinese guy. His English wasn't great, and his day job, was to serve ice cream in the heat of California 5 days a week. And he left that, and he wasn't one of these people that got stuck in a state of starting. He was one of these people that said, man, I'm excited. I'm going to tell the world. So you've got two missions. One, say yes. If you just started a business or you're in a business, you've already done that. Two, tell the world and do it with passion. Do it with excitement. Man, let me tell you, network marketing is the greatest profession on planet Earth. When you learn how to do it right, you've got a good thing to give. Never feel like you need people to join your business. This is how I feel. If someone doesn't align themselves with me, man, they're missing out. If someone doesn't have the vision that I have, that's cool, but they're going to regret it because I'm going places. Even if I've never made a dime, I just make that decision and then I walk it out with my actions. So ladies and gentlemen, take massive action. Don't get stuck in a state of starting. Just become a professional inviter and stay tapped into your passion, stay tapped into your inspiration, and when you do that, you're going to become infectious. You're going to become a magnet. People are going to be drawn to you. People are going to want to be around you, and you're going to be a mover and a shaker. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. Go ahead and leave your comments below. If you have any questions, I'm glad to answer them. Please subscribe if you're getting value from these transmissions. I'm going to keep doing them. Visit me over at my blog. There's tons of free information there. And keep your eyes peeled. You might want to subscribe to my blog and get my free content to keep your eyes peeled because I've got some amazing stuff coming very soon. And until next time, this is Tom Cellie saying live well, love well, and God bless.
Bullseye.